Except below average fiscal and scholastic results in the city. In one word, it's time for change. I am your candidate for change. I ask for your support on August 7th, and I ask for your support this Friday, starting with early voting. Also want to encourage everyone to visit my webpage, ryansreasons.com. Any questions and concerns you have, feel free to email me, contact me. My phone number is on the page. I'll take calls all night. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. French. Roxanne Patton, you now have 5 minutes to give opening statements.
Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Roxanne Patton. I'm running for Alderman for the City of Manchester. I'm a lifelong resident of Manchester. I am married. I've been with my husband for 22 years. We have 2 children, a daughter and a son. I have worked, right now I work at the county government. I'm an executive assistant to the county mayor, David Pennington. Before that, I was the administrative assistant to the former county mayor, Ray Johnson. I started in 2002. Before that, I worked at attorney's office as a legal secretary for 3.5 years. And prior to that, for 13 years, I worked in the medical field. I did medical and radiology transcription and coding for the hospital and doctor's offices. And I am, in my 6 years of working in county government, I've learned that it takes honest, dependable, hardworking people to make good decisions. I deal with the general public on a daily basis, and I'm aware of the needs and wants of the public. I'm in contact with officials on the state, federal, and local government. We have to make sure that we have, I'm in tune with the needs of the community. I assist the general public on a daily basis. As Alderman of Manchester, I will work to make Manchester attractive to industry. It is imperative to our community that we create new jobs and recruit new industries to the area to provide jobs for our citizens. We have to have good schools, good roads, just good, everything needs to be good in the community to attract people to our area. To ensure that the public can feel safe in our city and that we are prepared to assist them in all types of emergencies. As a Manchester Alderman, I will work hard to provide these things to the citizens of Manchester and find economical ways of doing this. These are my beliefs and are important to the growth of Manchester, and this is what I will do if you elect me as Alderman on August 7th.
Thank you, Mr. Patton. Chris Robinson, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. I'd like to thank WMSR for putting on this forum tonight. I'd like to thank everybody who came out this evening. It's good to see a great turnout for 2 forums in a row. My name is Chris Robinson. I'm the son of Joe and Suzanne Robinson. I'm the grandson of William and Romaine Beal and the grandson of Barbara Stone. My grandparents have owned and operated a business on the square of Manchester for over 25 years, so I understand what it is to be a small business in a small community. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you for the past 3 years, and with your support, I will serve you for another 3. I've been an alderman that is not afraid to stand up to the failed practices of the past. We need responsible government that stays within their budget and breaks away from the spending tax mentality we're so used to. The board must pass balanced budgets that do not deplete our reserves. Just as you have to live within your means, the board should live within theirs. In my 3 years on the board of mayor and alderman, we have reduced property taxes twice and passed a property tax freeze ordinance. Manchester has one of the highest property tax rates in the state, and this will hinder our efforts in recruitment of new industries and businesses. Your government should work for you. You should not have to work for your government. As your alderman, I will continue to find ways to lower our taxes. This includes expanding our choices of shopping and eating in Manchester. By working closely with the Manchester Economic and Retail Affairs Committee, we will continue to develop our local economy and keep our tax dollars in our community. This includes, we must give the committee the tools necessary to succeed, and this includes funding and full support from the board. As we recruit new industry and business to Manchester, we must remember to support the existing industry and we already have. We must silence a special influence that puts their interests above the interests of the citizens of Manchester. This starts by passing a true ethics ordinance that does not allow for elected officials and city employees to accept gifts up to $1,000 as our current ordinance does. As your alderman, I voted against the amendment to the ethics ordinance that allows this vote for sale perception. I will reintroduce the ethics ordinance that I sponsored that allows your voice to be heard over special interest. In these difficult times, we need experience to move Manchester forward. In 2003, I graduated from Montlow State Community College, studied political science. After there, I furthered my education at MTSU with a major in political science and minors in criminal justice and history. I've also been on the safety committee and finance committee, street lighting committee, so I know how things work. As your alderman, I also attended and graduated the Elected Officials Academy, levels 1 and 2. These are classes that I took to better myself as an elected official and make me a better representative for you. The academy informs elected officials on their roles and responsibilities and provides invaluable information and networking opportunities to make us the best representative we can be. The Municipal Technical Advisory Service administers the academies, and they are a branch of the University of Tennessee. MTAS is available for guidance on just about any issue you can think of, and we should look to them for guidance as we plan to the future. We're not alone in the struggles that we face. Other towns have been there, so we need to look at what worked for them and what didn't, and not make the same mistakes they did. I'd like to end by saying what an honor and a pleasure it has been to serve you these past 3 years. And I'd like to ask during early voting and on August 7th that you cast your vote for me, Chris Robson, to represent you for another 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. We'll now start the question and answer, and Mr. Moore will start on your end. And I'm going to, for time's sake, ladies and gentlemen, time is starting to get away from us, and we'd like to end this as close to 8 o'clock as possible. I'm going to ask you to limit your responses to 1 minute. Mr. Moore, many people laid off from Carrier and A.O. Smith and others are still unemployed. What can be done about bringing good-paying jobs into the area? You have 1 minute.
Turn this mic off on me. That's an issue that has tentacles that stretch far and wide from the state and even federal levels. There's so many catalysts that are involved in bringing jobs to any area, whether it's a strong dollar or the financial health of an overall state. I think what hinders our area in particularly right now is our overall tax rate is in the top 10 in the state of Tennessee. And so you ask yourself, well, what is the value? What are we getting out of that? The main thing I think we can do is just plug away, be vigilant, try to recruit one business at a time, regardless of size. And when we get our financial house in order, if we can lower our overall tax rate, and that's throughout the county and city, if we can ever get to that level, then only then are we really going to be able to see a job boom.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Mr. French?
Again, I want to get back to preparing the city for growth is one thing that we have to, it's essential.